The Black Stone of Mecca, a sacred relic of Islam. The Black Stone of Mecca, known in Arabic as al-Hajar al-Aswad, is one of the most sacred and mysterious objects in Islam. Embedded in the eastern corner of the Kaaba, the cube-shaped building at the heart of Masjid al-Haram in Mecca, Saudi Arabia, it is a focal point for millions of Muslims who visit the site annually during Hajj and Umrah pilgrimages. The Black Stone holds profound religious, spiritual, and symbolic significance in Islamic tradition and is steeped in centuries of history. Origins of the Black Stone. According to Islamic tradition, the Black Stone is believed to have originated from paradise. It is said to have been given to the Prophet Ibrahim, peace be upon him, by the angel Gabriel, peace be upon him, during the construction of the Kaaba. Ibrahim, peace be upon him, along with his son Ishmael, peace be upon him, was commanded by God to build the Kaaba as the first house of monotheistic worship. The Black Stone was set into one of the Kaaba's corners as a marker and sanctified stone, signifying the beginning and end of the tawaf, ritual circumambulation of the Kaaba. Originally, the stone was described as being whiter than milk, symbolizing purity. However, over the centuries, it has turned black, which Islamic scholars and traditions attribute to the sins of humanity. It is said that the stone absorbs the sins of those who touch or kiss it with sincerity and humility. Religious and spiritual significance. While Muslims do not worship the Black Stone itself, they regard it with deep reverence. It is seen as a sacred relic connected directly to the prophets, particularly Ibrahim and Muhammad, peace be upon them. During the Hajj and Umrah pilgrimages, it is sunnah, the way of the Prophet, for Muslims to kiss, touch, or gesture toward the stone as they pass it during tawaf. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, himself kissed the Black Stone, and his followers try to emulate this act. However, recognizing the practical difficulties of millions of pilgrims, it is acceptable in Islamic jurisprudence to merely point toward it from a distance. The act symbolizes devotion, continuity of tradition, and a physical connection to the Prophet and to the earliest practices of Islamic monotheism. Importantly, Muslim theologians clarify that the Black Stone has no inherent divine power. It is revered not for its material but for its association with the history and legacy of Islamic faith. The role of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, in the stone's history. An important historical moment involving the Black Stone occurred before Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, received his first revelations as a prophet. During the reconstruction of the Kaaba by the Quraysh, the dominant tribe of Mecca, a dispute broke out among the tribal leaders over who would have the honor of placing the Black Stone in its position. The leaders agreed to let the next man who entered the mosque resolve the matter. That man turned out to be Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, known at the time for his honesty and wisdom. To resolve the dispute peacefully, he suggested placing the stone on a cloth. He asked each of the tribal leaders to hold the edges of the cloth and lift it together, thereby giving everyone a role in the sacred task. Once the stone was at the right height, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, himself placed it in position. This event not only averted bloodshed but also demonstrated Prophet Muhammad's, peace be upon him, role as a wise mediator and leader even before his prophethood. Physical description and condition. Today, the Black Stone is a roughly oval-shaped object, about 30 centimeters 12 inches in diameter, broken into several pieces and held together by a silver frame. The stone itself is dark in color, black with reddish undertones, and is polished smooth from centuries of contact by pilgrims' hands and lips. The silver frame was added to hold the fragmented pieces together, as the stone has suffered damage over time. The exact composition of the Black Stone is uncertain. Some researchers have speculated that it might be a meteoritic rock, others suggest basalt, agate, or glass. Regardless of its material origin, Muslims are more concerned with its symbolic and spiritual value than its physical properties. Historical challenges and preservation. Over the centuries, the Black Stone has faced damage, looting, and controversy. Perhaps the most dramatic episode occurred in 930 CE, when a group called the Karmatians, an extremist Ismaili Shia sect, attacked Mecca, desecrated the Kaaba, and stole the Black Stone. They took it to their base in modern-day Bahrain and held it for over 20 years. During this time, the stone was broken into fragments. Eventually, it was returned under pressure, though it was never fully restored to its original form. The silver frame that now holds it was added to maintain the integrity of the remaining pieces. Throughout Islamic history, various caliphs, sultans, and rulers have contributed to the maintenance of the Kaaba and the Black Stone. Today, it is carefully preserved under the supervision of the Saudi government, and only specific individuals are allowed to clean or maintain it, using a mixture of traditional and modern methods. Location on the Kaaba. The Black Stone is embedded about 1.5 meters, 5 feet, above the ground on the eastern corner of the Kaaba. It marks the starting point for the Tawaf. Pilgrims begin their 7 counterclockwise circuits of the Kaaba by facing the stone, raising their right hand in greeting, and if possible, kissing or touching it. Symbolism in Islam. The Black Stone serves as a powerful symbol of unity among Muslims. Every Muslim who performs the pilgrimage, regardless of race, nationality, or class, turns their face and devotion toward this same object. It represents the idea that all Muslims are equal in the eyes of God and are united in their spiritual journey. Moreover, the rituals associated with the Black Stone tie present-day Muslims directly to their spiritual ancestors, reinforcing the continuity of faith from Prophet Ibrahim through Muhammad, peace be upon them, to today. Conclusion. The Black Stone of Mecca is more than just a physical object, it is a profound symbol of Islamic faith, tradition, and unity. Though small in size and simple in appearance, its significance stretches across centuries and continents. As a relic believed to have come from paradise, placed by Prophet Ibrahim, peace be upon him, honored by Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and cherished by billions of Muslims, it serves as a tangible link between the divine and the earthly. Its history, full of reverence, conflict, and resilience, mirrors the journey of Islam itself. A religion rooted in submission to God, guided by the example of the prophets, and upheld by the devotion of its followers.